I was going to do one of those videos where I pace around the apartment and we talk about stuff, but then Justin got on a work call, so I'm going to pace around my bathroom instead. I got a comment on the video I did last week that was not the weekly challenge video, but the random one that I did on Wednesday about saying no. This is the comment. I try to say no so much. I'm afraid that the opinions of others often are more important to me than my opinion of myself. My problem is that I'm involved in too many clubs. I'm an officer in 2 of them. They all demand my time, but frankly, I don't want to do any of it. My teachers like me. They ask me if I want to do more work in the club, and I say yes because I don't want to disappoint. First of all, I know exactly where you're coming from, having been someone who did the exact same thing when I was in school. So I just want to give you a new way to think about it. And all of this is loving advice. I am not criticizing you in any way. If I'm ever harsh, it's because I'm talking to an old version of myself when giving the advice. So this is me talking to you as if you are me when I was you. So meta. So you have to look at it this way. When you say yes to doing something that you don't actually want to do, you're actually bringing a false sense of purpose into the activity. So you don't really want to do what you're doing, and that in itself is doing a disservice to others. People spend their entire lives doing things to please others and never to please themselves. And does that really ever end up in something wonderful happening? No, it doesn't. It just leads to that person consistently feeling like they're doing everything for everyone but themselves and being dissatisfied with their lives. And here's the thing, it's not selfish to spend your time doing things that you like to do. It's actually an act of bravery for everyone around you. Because when you are doing things with your life that make you happy, you are setting an example for everyone around you to do exactly the same thing. It's actually like my main philosophy in life, that negativity can be very contagious, but so can ambition and bravery. So actually, when you're doing the things that you want to do, it is in service of others. You're not going to disappoint someone by saying no. Well, you might momentarily, they might be disappointed, but on a grander scale, you're doing it for a bigger reason. I know that might seem really grand to compare the entire rest of your life to just this one little situation with clubs right now, but this situation that's going on is your whole life right now. This is a big deal. And the way that you behave when you're young, it carries over into adulthood. It carries over into the rest of your life. And it's never too early to start breaking a habit. Your teachers obviously see you as being intelligent and talented and a leader, and that's great to know, and you should totally take them asking you as nothing but a compliment. But that doesn't mean that you have to take on everything that they ask you to do. When a teacher asks you if you want to do more work, they're asking you as an equal, as a peer. They see you as someone that they can count on. And you have every right to tell them that you're either too busy or that you're not very passionate about this particular club. They will not be disappointed in you. In fact, they might even be in awe of your maturity and honesty for just telling them how you feel. Not a lot of people do that. They'll definitely respect your decision. So quit some clubs, free up some time to do things that you actually care about, and do it in writing if you have to, if you're too scared to tell a teacher to their face. I mean, you have their email address? I don't know. I didn't have email in high school. Well, I did, but it was really, like, you didn't email your teachers. I emailed my college professors. This is a tangent. And if you're too scared to quit because you think that they'll be really disappointed or they won't have anyone to do the work, I'll tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was trying to get a friend of mine to quit a job that he didn't like so that he could come and work for me. And we were standing on a subway platform, and he said to me, well, I don't really want to let him down. If I don't work for him, he's going to have to find someone else and all this stuff. And I said to him, if I pushed you onto the subway tracks right now and the train came and you died, what would he do? And my friend was like, well, I guess you'd figure something out. And I said, exactly. So if you weren't around, it would get taken care of. Things would get handled. Someone else would step up. The teacher would ask someone else. Whatever. You're not the only person that is capable of doing the work that you're doing. And that's not to devalue you. You obviously are someone who's capable of all of this extra work since you're doing it, even if you don't necessarily want to be doing it. You're very capable, and that's why you were asked. And that's also why you have the option of deciding not to. It's not all you have. It's not all you can have, and someone else can definitely do it. Maybe there's even someone who's not in the club yet who might want to do the work that you're doing. Maybe they won't appear until a year from now. Maybe it's someone who you don't even know exists. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's not your problem. You always have to tell people how you feel and what you want, because no one is a mind reader, except mind readers, if they exist. And this is something to work on for the rest of your life, but you're actually very lucky to be aware of it so young, because I don't think I was at that age. I don't even think I started really considering my time valuable until I was in college. Just remember, no one can walk all over you unless you let them. So speak up about how you feel, and don't lie to people, because people appreciate honesty more than they appreciate lies that are just for their own sake. Maybe not always in the moment, but in general. I'm sure that your teachers will be nothing but happy for you that you've come to them and told them that you want to spend time doing things that you're more excited about, even if you don't necessarily know what that is. I'm sure that if they are leaders of clubs, as teachers, they probably were in clubs too when they were in school, and they know what it's like to have an extra workload and to take on too much. They want you to be happy. That's why they became teachers. They wanted to help you find your passions in life and prepare you for the world. They're not going to get mad at you for realizing that something isn't what you want to do and for going in another direction. They're going to be excited for you, and they're going to be in awe of your maturity, like I said. So realize that they have no way of knowing whether or not you enjoy the extra work. They assume that you will, and so they ask you. They don't force you, they ask you, and you say yes. They wouldn't force you. They wouldn't want you to be working on all of this if you weren't actually excited about it. Club is not school, it's extra. It's something that you take on because you love it. So you should love it. And if you don't, you shouldn't do it. So do everyone a favor and back out of the clubs that you don't like. Spend your free time doing things that you love. If you don't know what you love yet, start experimenting. Not in a weird way though, unless, you know, do what you want. You'll have tons of time to figure out what you're actually passionate about once you stop wasting time on the things that you aren't passionate about. So do that. Okay, that's all. Bye.